One of the first questions we tend to ask when we meet someone new is, where are you from? We typically answer with where we were born and or where we live. I've been giving the same answer for most of my life. I was born in Nicaragua and raised in New York City. This seems like the correct answer up until last year. In 2019, I went to Mount Shasta with my boyfriend and some of his friends. During this trip, I met three people and I asked each one, where are you from? They all answered, I am a global citizen. I wasn't sure what that meant, perhaps a new West Coast trend. I was particularly curious about one of them, Cleo, who was also born in Nicaragua. She shared that she lived in Chile for most of her adult life and then moved to the US. My initial judgment was that she is a world traveler, perhaps a hippie. Maybe hippies say things like, I'm a global citizen. After that trip, I continued to speculate on the term global citizen. I Googled it and learned that for the most part, a global citizen is a person who values, respects, and feels unity with all creation. With this knowledge came an inner conflict. I began feeling awkward telling people that I was Nicaraguan because I came to the US when I was only 2 years old. So the truth is, I barely knew much about Nicaragua. None of my friends were Nicaraguan growing up in school. I grew up around Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, and I even adopted their Spanish accents. My mother married a Puerto Rican man, and she cooked Puerto Rican food. My summer vacations were in the Caribbean, mostly in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. I went to Nicaragua once at the age of 11 to gain my US residency, and then again in 2018 to visit my retired dad. I realized I am not your typical Nicaraguan. I was also not your typical New Yorker. I grew up in the Bronx, but I'm not your typical Bronx girl either. Nothing like Cardi B or J-Lo. Maybe a little bit of AOC. I didn't exactly fit in. My childhood friends would tell you that I was a bit different. As a child, my first serious boyfriend was Korean, and that was at a time when every single one of my friends was engaged or marrying a person who was either Black or Latino. While everyone was dancing salsa and merengue, I was immersing myself in Asian culture and their cuisine, and I even learned Taekwondo. I would practice 5 to 6 times a week. I had also gone against the grain in my career choice. I chose to become a social worker. Most of my friends were involved in the financial district. I wanted to learn about different cultures and families and support their mental health needs. Then when everyone was getting married or having babies, I decided I'm going to California. In March of 2011, I declared I was moving to California to all of my family and friends, and I left within 3 months. I was gone by May 2011. My spirit wanted to spread its wings across the country and throughout the world. It's an indescribable feeling that I've had my entire life. I arrived to California and it has felt like home. People that I meet in California continue to ask, where are you from? For years, I've been giving a generic response, but I finally realized that I don't fit into any boxes. I now tell people I am a global citizen, a person who respects and feels unity with all creation. I am a global citizen because I am a mixture of all the people and places I've experienced. Today, I'm sharing this with you, Voces Latina, because you are now part of my journey to expand my reach as a global citizen through the art of public speaking and leadership. Thank you for all having me. I look forward to learning where you are from. Mr. Toastmaster,